Good afternoon, everyone. Topic is Indra Brought Back Cows, a myth or a model. And with the help of Samanvaya connected sequence, we arrive at the conclusion. So I will start with the story right from the Jaiminiya Brahmana. Panis were protectors of cows, of gods. They stole these cows and they took those cows on the other side of the river Rasa and Vala locked them up there. Indra sent Suparna to look for the cows. However, Panis negotiated with Suparna, the eagle. They offered him milk. He got bribed and accepted the milk. He came back and told Indra he doesn't know where cows are located. But Indra knew what happened. So he got angry and he kicked him. So Indra again sent Sarama, who is a divine messenger, or in this particular story, a divine dog. So again, same thing happens when Sarama reaches to Panis. Panis negotiated with her. They offered her milk. However, she denies. Then Sarama tells the truth to Indra that Vala has locked up cows beyond the river Rasa. So Indra comes to the river Rasa, defeats Vala, and gets back the cows. Similar story is told in Brihad Devata with some other details, where Angirasa saw it that Panis stole cows and told it to Indra. Here, Suparna is not present in the story, but Sarama is, and Indra sent Sarama to find the cows, and Panis negotiated with Sarama, and in this version of the story, she actually accepts it and goes back. Indra is very angry with her, knowing that she got bribed, and she accepted the bribe. So Sarama went back to Panis, but this time Indra is more cautious, so he followed her. He found out where the cows were kept in the dark, so he fought with Panis, defeated them, and got back the cows. Sayana, 14th century commentator of the Rigveda, in his Rigveda Bhashya, actually tells this same story with some other details in the 10th Mandala, 19th Sukta. So it is Angirasa's son Brihaspati, who was the priest of gods. His cows were stolen by Panis. Indra sent Brihaspati with Marut, and Brihaspati created the sun in order to locate the cows in the dark. And he defeated all of them and brought back cows. So Sayana's story gives more importance to Brihaspati, not to Indra. Now, from where these stories come? These stories have all their sources in the Rigveda. So Rigveda tells in almost every Indra Sukta throughout all the mandalas except the ninth mandala, which is the Soma mandala, where in Indra Sukta there will be a reference that Indra won the cows, Indra brought back the cows, Angirasas brought back the cows, and so on and so forth in all of those mandalas. I quote here, but I will not go into the details. But 10th mandala, 67 and 68, these two entire suktas also are devoted to this particular event. Panis taken away the cows, and 10:108 is basically a dialogue between Sarama and Panis regarding this event where the cows are with Panis. Now, in Jaiminiya Brahmana and Brihad Devata, even though Sarama is shown as a divine dog, in Rigveda's 10:108, she is just shown as a divine messenger. So it's not clear that how it means it's a divine messenger got in the form of dog. And also, most important point to note is Panis were also described in the 7th mandala, 6th sukta, 3rd mantra, that how Panis were. So Panis were without spiritual insights, akratu. They were disputant. They spoke contemptuously, bereft of faith, not strengthening gods by means of offerings, and abstaining from sacrifice. So Panis were not very good people, so obviously they were greedy, and that's why they stole the cows. Now, when it comes to the interpretations of this particular event, this particular story, Indra brought back cows, by sending Sarama or by following Sarama, whatsoever version they follow. But it actually material understanding right now, at least there are several references to it, that this particular story is depicted as India's victory over Panis signify a conflict between two cultures, precisely Aryans and Dravidians. So now this is actually taught in Kerala in 8th grade social science part 2 textbook. This passage here I quote. This is a conversation between Sarama and Pani. So basically the textbook talks about something Aryan migration, and then they have in a small box here translation of Sarama and Pani dialogue. So I quote here, Sarama says, "Respected Pani, I am a messenger of Lord Indra. He had sent me to you." Panis ask, Sarama, for what purpose have you come here? How did you reach here? Then she says, I crossed the river to get here. You possess a lot of cows, and I desire to take them away. Now this particular textbook, which is taught to young students in India, especially in the state of Kerala, actually it is twisting whatever the sources say. Sources say that Pani stole cows and Sarama came to reclaim them, but here they are showing it as if Panis were owners of the cows and Sarama, who is a representative of Aryans, as she is actually stealing back from them. It also, the textbook claims that the conversation taken from the Rig Veda is between Sarama, the hound of Lord Indra, and the local inhabitants of the region Panikkal. Now there is no concrete evidence, not archaeological, no historical records show that the Panis described in the Rig Veda are actual Panikkal community in Kerala. And that is why the important thing is the 7th mandala, 6th sukta, 3rd mantra, where Panis are shown greedy and not ignorant, basically, not doing yajnas. Now, I don't need to refute this claim because Acharya Sri Rajesh already wrote a book on it, and the book's title is Sarama-Pani Debate, Evidence for Arya-Dravidian Conflict, ? So I don't need to refute this. Now, when we come a little bit shift the interpretation from the material understanding, rather cultural, invasion, it is more of a natural phenomena. Interestingly, Sayana himself, when he comments on 10th mandala, 19th sukta, he says the sukta's devata is up waters or go. So on the basis of the commentary by Sayanas, his interpretation seems like he takes it as a metaphor for flowing water, and freeing cows means stagnant water made to flow freely. So this is a natural phenomena metaphorically represented. Now, Srinivasan, 1973, actually dealt with this Sarama-Pani story and all the references in the Rig Veda in detail. So I quote his conclusion that it is a metaphor for sunrise and sunset. So in his words, to summarize, sunlight, according to the myth of the Panis, when it leaves the Vedic world, is trapped by anti-sacerdotal demons who inhabit the western region outside and below the confines of ordered existence. Light, withheld in demons' rocky enclosure, is able to re-emerge in the east only after the demons have been defeated by the Vedic chantings, which evoke the Brahman. Then, light, reappearing in the world of men and gods, heralds in the day and begins its journey across the vault of heaven. Thereby, it promotes the cosmic law and suppresses chaos. So basically, Sarama-Pani or all the references in bringing back cows, according to Srinivasan, is a metaphor for sunrise and sunset. Aurobindo's interpretation goes more spiritual, and actually I will not go into the detail of his conclusion, but he takes it, the takes the dog, the divine dog Sarama, as a seeker, and he says, a power of the truth that seeks and discovers, that finds by a divine faculty of insight the hidden light and the denied immortality. But it is to this seeking and finding that her function is limited. So he takes it as a limited soul, as a metaphor. Now, when we apply the Samanvaya, all the other references which are not used by these predecessors is important. Sukta 10:19, which is actually starts as, come back, go not elsewhere, abounding in wealth, sprinkle us, O Agni and Soma, you who clothe your worshippers again, bestow upon us riches. I will not read the second mantra, but I will definitely read the fifth mantra, which says, may the keeper return with them, he who reaches them when lost, who reaches them when straying, and who reaches them when wandering and returning. So not the cows, but the cow Gopa should also come back. So it is Maharshi Mahesh Yogi who interpreted this 10:19 in the context of meditation. He translated the very first word Nivartadvam as retire. Retire from worldly things and transcend activity to experience the self in its own silent nature. And we will see similar themes in all of the Indra Suktas, where they describe Indra slayed Vritra, Indra slayed Vala, who both are the words which mean the coverer, and released water or released cows. So Indra slayed them. Or Indra slayed Shushna, who is a drought. So on and so forth. So all this, not just the bringing back cows, but freeing water, slaying demons, etc., are the common themes in the Indra, which many most renowned scholars like R.N. Dandekar actually interpret Indra as a warrior. So now common theme, we see that destroying the barrier of the free flow of light, rays, water, cows, is to return to the state of pure consciousness. The hymns do not narrate a myth. They do not tell a narrative in temporal or causal sequence. There is no narrative. The return of cows and release of waters are models for understanding the enlivenment of the senses by consciousness. The enduring appeal of the hymns is because of their resonance with the innate desire for enlightenment, despite and in addition to more mundane interpretations and metaphors to natural phenomena. But we do not condone interpreting these hymns as historical or mythical narrations of battles between a hero Indra and various enemies. But the conclusion is, Indra bring back cows means the reconnection of senses with the wholeness of consciousness. It's just one word, enlightenment. Thank you.
We'll begin